Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Kansas City Royals. Today we're beginning our adventure with our brand new team. It's going to be very, very exciting. I want to say before we continue that I've actually really enjoyed this particular series. But I really like the contrast between this and the Friday series, which is one, I'm building one team, making it the best I possibly can. I enjoy jumping to new teams, though, and trying new strategies and getting new situations that I need to fix or improve or what have you. So first things first, we do need a rookie league hitting coach. And it might as well be Don Mueller. I have nothing against the man. But let's break down what we've actually got on our team. We have one truly great player in Chili Davis. And we have several useful pieces. We've got Raleigh Fingers. And a few decent starters, including Jimmy Key, by the way, who is randomly not starting for us. We will probably fix that. This is a team that is extremely far away from relevancy, though. Even adding Lenny Dykstra, and no one offered any other choices, and I agree with them because I think he's very clearly the best choice. He's just the best choice for us. Especially because, as we noted last episode, we happen to have one of those parks that tends to suppress home runs. So I got like a Jose Canseco wouldn't be as useful to us. And I'm just really quickly looking here. There could definitely be some other interesting players to acquire later on. But I definitely think we begin our offseason with Lenny Dykstra and seeing where that takes us. We have very little money to spend. So I think one of the first things we need to do is to start trying to dump salary to the extent that we possibly can. Because we're going to be losing quite a few people to free agency, and I just have no money because... Why are we paying him this much money? What the fuck is wrong with you, game? Like, Brian Downing is thoroughly mediocre, and you're gifting him with these giant contracts. Like, what the hell, man? I'll try doing it for prospects. I got a pretty clear feeling no one's going to trade him because he is such a bad contract. Dave Collins is at least marginally useful. So what all this means is I basically have no money for free agency. Which is not ideal. I basically can't invest anything at all in free agency. I agree. You suck. You suck and you suck. I happily will let all of you depart. Alright, friends. We're just going to keep going. It's going to be a while, though, before we can do much with this roster. Just because so much was invested into two players who just, quite frankly, don't deserve it. Like, there's a lot of bad contracts here, my friends. A lot of them. So we're going to have to get creative. We're going to have to get very, very creative indeed. You know what? Go fuck yourself, dude. I'm not going to argue with you or fight with you. Yeah, I don't see a way to increase the money we have available. Because our problem here is that we are Actually, we're saying to make a whole lot of money. Why? What do we think is changing here? Oh, because it's year to date. So we're basically over budget by about 700 grand. I really can't do anything about that. I'd have to find somebody that is both good enough to get rid of, and yeah, I just don't see it at the moment. It's going to be a challenging season because we're so cash strapped. We got a little bit of money now. I can maybe try to find a couple of bargain deals. I will hire Brock Davis just because at least he can do other things. But yeah, I'm not going to invest too heavily in that. Alright. So we have about 300 grand. That's a lot of... That's not very much money. We're going to have to spend it. We're going to do some dumpster diving if we can. What do we need to fix most immediately? Well, our bullpen is actual garbage. Like, I'm not just saying that there are bad players in our bullpen. I'm saying there's only one good player in our bullpen. So we could find a cheap reliever or two. I think that would be very welcomed. But they're all wanting a fairly large amount of money. Yeah, I just think we have to wait. One other thing I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to take some of the... I'm probably going to raid the Rule 5 draft pretty heavily. I think that's where we're going to rebuild our bullpen. Because I just don't have the money. I don't have the money to invest. Oh, shit. The Brewers let George Brett walk. I don't blame them necessarily, but that's still an interesting look. Sadly, I cannot bring him in. I can't afford any of these guys. I don't even know why I'm looking. We're just going to jump right to Hall of Fame voting. But I don't think it does. Like, he's a good defender, but he's not a very good player. And you're asking me to eat most of Haas's contract? I don't think that's sensible. I agree that Moose Haas sucks, and I want to get rid of him, but I'm just not that interested. I'm not that interested. Alright. Rotation is reasonably okay. Especially with Jimmy Key in the rotation, which I think is going to happen this season. We're going to bump Jimma into the rotation where I think he'll just be more useful to us, at least in the short term. And I have, like, no high-level prospects either, which is, quite frankly, terrifying. Like, I don't even know who on this team is actually good. I'd probably rather have Solheimer start than Brian Downing. I mean, Brian Downing is pretty terrible. Yeah, there's a whole lot of direct here. This is easily going to be, I think, a 3-year project just to get us to respectability. What? Yeah, I'm not going to bring you back, dude. None of these relievers deserve to come back besides Raleigh Fingers. Thank God for Raleigh Fingers, or we'd be in real trouble. I'm trying some zero sugar sweet tea today. It's actually pretty decent. It is Gold Peak tea. I recommend it. It's a pretty solid sweet tea. I don't really like sweet tea that much, but every once in a while you just want something different. But I really like this because it is zero sugar and I am diabetic, so I've got to really watch my sugar intake. Bo Belinsky is a Hall of Famer in my eyes. Had a nice long career. One of my better draft picks, I think. He's no Rory Calhoun, but he is Johnny Callison, so we can add him. He's so close to 3,000 hits, I think he's probably a shoo-in. So I'm definitely looking at, I think, two highly likely to be first rounders. I'll go for Bob Allison as well. Again, I'll go for Kurt Flood. Not that it's gonna matter. Why not for Tony Gonzalez? Again, not gonna matter. Dick Green has like less than 1% chance to even make it out to the second ballot, but I'm still gonna vote for him anyway. Fred Green seems like a good egg. We can vote for him. I'll get some Dick Groat action here. I think that's a fine baseball player. You've got to love a man named Gentleman Jim. I know I do. Tommy Harper, not so much. Yes, he's a multi-time All-Star, but that's really all he's got. I think you need to be a little bit better to be in the Hall of Fame. Wow. So this is what Sandy Kovacs would have looked like if he actually had played a full career. That's pretty good. I don't think anyone would dispute that he is a good-in. I think Mickey Lolich is another fine choice for the Hall of Fame. Not to the same extent that Sandy Koufax is, but let's face it, there's only one Sandy Koufax. I'll go for Sudden Sam. I think, if I remember right, Sudden Sam is one of the many baseball players whose careers were ruined because they like to drink too much. That's something I think I remember happening with Sudden Sam. Because they actually came up with Cleveland in real life, too. People were like, oh, he's the next best thing since Bob Feller, since he threw so damn hard, but... That's why he's got that nickname, by the way. I'm not going to say your nickname, Milt, but if that's how you feel about your life, then I'm not going to judge you. Albie Pearson, I think, is screwed. No Gaylord Perry, sadly. Man, look at that as a 1-2 combo. Sandy Koufax and Milt Pappas and Mickey Lolich. We could have 3 starting pitchers. I'll make the Hall of Fame in their first ballot. Maybe 4 if Bo Belinsky can make in too. That's very good. I'll go for Lee Walls. And Yaz, obviously. Alright, friends. I think this is a good enough ballot. I don't really see anybody else here that I feel strongly about. Why am I eating any of his contract? Look, I agree, he's not the best, but I'm struggling to figure out why I should even think about trading him if I'm not getting something good in return, which I'm not. Oh no, Ron Davis has signed with the Cubs. We are doomed. This Brian Downing deal sucks. I'm wondering if I can, like, convince him to, like, play in traffic so he gets injured. That would be delightful. Alright. I will use... Do I want to use my scouting director? My scouting director actually literally terrible. He is not good, but he is almost certainly better than OSA. So let's grab ourselves some Lenford Dykstra. Alright. So there are quite a few talented pitchers left. You like to see it. You could get in some Todd Worrell or Rick Aguilera. Rick Aguilera, so I think you played for the Twins and the Cubs. Holy shit, I was right. I didn't remember him playing for the Mets, if that makes sense. I mean, I definitely need bullpen help. There's no disputing that. But you're going to walk too many people. Otherwise, I'm very tempted in you. Let's see here. Brian Holton. You don't throw very hard. That concerns me. Good stuff. Good movement. A nice fastball curveball mix. If you threw a lot harder, I'd probably go for Rob Murphy. But what about Miss You or Rick Aguilera? I think I want you. I think you're one of the better choices here. So we're going to draft ourselves Rick Aguilera. I'll take Ed Correa in the 3rd round. Like, I'm actually looking at position players too, but I just desperately need pitching talent. So I will happily also draft Bob Kipper and even Steve Davis. I think we've got our new bullpen, and we got a true number 1 in Lenny Dykstra. So I feel pretty happy about our draft. It was obviously very, very one-sided, but I think we're going to have a reasonably good bullpen here in the very, very near future. I also think we're going to be god-awful next year. I don't see that not being an issue. Like, I don't see a future in which we don't have, like, one of the worst teams in the majors. I can't do anything about that. What I can do, though, is try to find quality players that could serve some sort of important role for us. So, okay. Who am I reasonably happy with at their various positions? Chili Davis, full marks for you, my friend. I don't care which corner I put you in, I think you're going to do fine. I think Mike Davis is going to really struggle here. I wouldn't mind trading him if I could get something reasonably good in return. Steve Ontiveros is acceptable. That's about the nicest thing I can say about him. Kelly Gruber's got some upside. I would probably play Gruber at 3rd this season and maybe shift him to 1st. Ontiveros, that is. Or maybe just trade Ontiveros, because he's a pretty limited guy, right? Wondering if I could get a reasonably good trade for him and just save some money, right? Because I know Danny Goodwin's not amazing, but I think he's good enough to play for a space for a 2nd division team, so I'm willing to let him stick around there. Mike Buskey, holy shit, do I need a shortstop. Literally any shortstop would be lovely. So I think that's what I'm going to look for here. Can I find... There's literally no good shortstop in the Rule 5. I think it's going to have to be... it's going to have to be the waivers, then, perhaps. Yeah, there's nobody here that's all that good. I'm just going to skip the Rule 5 draft this time around. Alright, so I desperately need a shortstop. I mean, I don't feel amazing about Jackie Gutierrez at 2nd either, but that's better than nothing. Right? It's like way better than nothing. I'm going to try to trade Mike Davis. and see what I might be able to acquire for him. I'm looking for either just dumping salary or getting a pretty nice shortstop out of it. I'm not even being offered a shortstop. Okay. Nah, Mark Langston is way too raw. I wouldn't hate getting Glenn Wilson. Like, I think he'd play better in our park than Mr. Davis here. Well, here's a shortstop. You know what, Andre? I wonder if I can get you and Glenn Wilson. Because I desperately need an upgrade at shortstop. Yeah, so this actually helps us fill 2 spots. It gets us a pretty solid outfielder in Glenn Wilson. Probably put him at right. Move Chili Davis to left. And then we get Andre Robertson, who, for better or worse, is going to be my starting shortstop because someone has to do it. Let's do it. Alright, so our first trade is done, and we have acquired 2 reasonably good Major League Baseball players. And honestly, reasonably good is probably the best we can afford right now. Chili, I'm going to shift you over to left, where I think you're still going to be amazing, so that I'm good there. Can I trade Ontiveros? Would anybody give me something reasonably good for 1 year of Steve Ontiveros? We're going to find out. And I only want prospects if I can get them. Okay, new plan regulars. Alright, here we go. I think you could have a very promising career with us because of the kind of pitcher you are. I suppress home runs pretty well, so your lack of movement wouldn't hurt you as much with me. Brent Gap doesn't really do it for me. I mean, there is Steve Comer, but the man just doesn't strike anybody out, and he's got like a long contract, so that seems pretty silly to me. I think I'm going to do that. Alfredo Griffin to acquire ourselves a nice utility guy might be a smart decision. Let's do it. I'm sorry you don't like him, but I desperately need a good utility guy. Maybe even a starting second baseman. Like, I don't know if there's a point in playing Gutierrez if I have Griffin. And I think we're going to watch the waiver wire and try to grab ourselves a utility guy. It's actually going to let Alfredo Griffin start, because he's at least a reasonably good second baseman, and that's going to help us out there. How much of Brian Downing's contract do I have to pay to get rid of his ass? What if I ate half of his contract? Okay, I get a lot of offers for that. Let's sim 1 day. I offer you, if I eat 25% of his contract. You know what? What if I ate 10% of his contract? 15. Larry McWilliams looks like he's a really good pitcher, but I can't afford to eat that kind of salary. So yes, give me your terrible reliever. This is all about dumping his salary. Alright, how much money do I have now? Have I cleared enough payroll to be able to do some useful things? I have quite a bit of payroll now. That's perfect. Now we can dig into the Christmas free agent budget and see who might be available to us. Bill Allman. Are you actually that good? You're actually a very good shortstop. Actually, you're not that good. Bobby Gritch. I could get in on that. Stick him at second. I could live with that. I could live with that a lot. I think Al Santorini is just a good choice because it just gets me one more reliable arm. So I'm definitely going to offer you a deal, my friend. I'm not promising you'll be the closer, but I am promising that I'll pay you money. Yeah, I'm not going to make you the closer, my dude. That's not happening. So I'm pretty happy about my outfield. I mean, there's always a possibility of, say, bringing in Dave Winfield. But I don't think he's a good risk. I think he's too old. I don't need a center fielder. I just got Lenny Dykstra. I'm pretty happy with my starting pitching. So let's go ahead and look at bringing in Bobby Gritch. He's got really good play discipline, a decent bit of power, and he's gonna be a pretty good second baseman for us, I think. I think Bobby Gritch should be a very solid stopgap type to add into the team. I am not paying you for 3 years, though. That is not happening. I will give you a 1-year contract. And I will flip the shit out of you at the trade deadline if the opportunity presents itself. And then I do want like an inexpensive utility guy. Hi there, Craig. Would you like to be my new friend? You're not getting a starting lineup, though. You can fuck off then. I'm not bringing Frank Tavares in. I've got to grow as a human being. I can't keep going for the same person all the time. Dale Barra would be a really good option if he will agree to sign. Without... You want a no trade clause, you can't have it. But I will give you $600,000 to basically be a really good utility guy, so... I do? I suppose I do. I don't know who this guy even is. Oh, I remember who you are. You're the guy that I acquired. Yeah, I don't actually want you. Or I can just trade you for something that's not as shitty. Okay. You know what I'm going to do then? I'm going to cut you. Because I don't actually want you. I just didn't want Brian Downing's contract sucking up the joint. We also desperately need a backup catcher now that I think about it. So we need to check out that market. Clear catcher. I'm digging Lance Parrish as an option for us. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get Lance Parrish as a catcher for us here. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. I gotta get a bit cheaper. Rick Dempsey can't catch anymore. I'll be totally honest, Brian Milner wouldn't be the worst choice just because he's really cheap. And we'll also offer Milt May a contract. I think we can afford Milt May. I think that is the dizzying level of catching abilities that we could add to this team. Okay, Lance. I will happily consider signing you if you will cut your salary demands by, like, a lot. I can't afford you right now, my dude. Wow, 4 pitchers made it in. One of them was not Bo Belinsky, but Sam McDowell made it, and I'm pretty happy about that. Oh, did Dick Green did get 15% of the vote. That is more than I thought he would get. He ain't gonna make the Hall of Fame, but that's still more than I thought. All right here. Yeah, I'm not giving you Jimmy Key. We got Milner. We're probably going to get Barra and Gritch, and then we can work out who does what when. Excellent. The fans are enthused that we have Bobby Gritch and Dale Barra, as they should be. Alright, Mr. Gritch, you're moving to second. So you got Gritch at second, Gruber at third. Maybe Barra at shortstop? With Robertson being that utility guy that I want, and Alfredo Griffin just being around for the ride. Okay, cool. I want to see if I end up getting that catcher, and then that'll be the last thing that I concern myself with. Okay, we did get Milt May. You have increased my budget. What a guy. And you get promoted to the active roster. I'm not sure who's going to start. It might even be Milt May. But we'll let that sort itself out in spring training. I think we've already done a pretty good job of making this team a lot more effective. Craig Reynolds. No thanks. I've got all the infielders I need this year. Maybe too many. Alright. So, first things first. Big leagues. Big leagues. Big leagues. I'm probably still going to try to grab at least 1 to 2 more position players if I can. 1 to 2 more relievers if I can find some that are inexpensive. But for right now, go ahead and do all of the things. And let's rock with a 6-man rotation here and never let starters relieve, and we're going to do strict order. Sorry. On occasion I was rested. Here we go. Alright, and then we're going to play through some spring training games and see how that works out for us. Good, he can fuck off anyway. I didn't like him. Alright. So at present, we have 17 pitchers, one of whom is going on the IL right now. This should be easy, except for the fact that I think we're actually going to run out of people to send down. So, anyone who's not at least 30 gets waived. This gives me 10 pitchers. I really need 1 to 2 more. So I'm going to make 2 spots on this team. Bruce Kim does nothing of value. He can go be designated for assignment. So long, Dave Baker. Triple so long to Mike Buskey. And are any of you decent defensively at center field? If I were to say get rid of actually, and either you play center. You can not play center. You also cannot play center. It's probably end up being Chili Davis that backs up at center. Like, I don't have a better choice right now. And I do need to get rid of one more player. It's probably going to be Sheldon Mallory. So here we go. I have too damn many infielders. Andre Robertson, I'm going to send you to the minors. For now. And so this leaves me with 3 roster spots to grab 2 more relievers and an outfielder. So Dykstra makes the roster. Correa makes the roster. Aguilera makes the roster. Did I miss anyone that should be making the roster but is in fact not? I don't think so. I thought I got 3. Oh, Bob Kipper wasn't even placed on the major league. Didn't even get any spring training work. I want you to develop a little bit. I don't feel the need to rush you. But then this leaves me with 3 spots that I'll fill on the waiver wire. So, pitching wise, this is fine. I'm not going to mess with the rotation any. We're gonna nuke all of this. Here, you can do what you want here, because we're not gonna do any interleague play until the World Series, because that's not introduced till the wildcard era. But I will set it up here. Alright. Position. Nope, that's not what I want. I wanted batting ratings. Here you go. So here's the thing. Lenny Dykstra is instantly the best hitter on this team. And while he would be an absolutely perfect leadoff guy, if he's not hitting third, I don't know who is. Alright, so Bobby Gritch is going to be our leadoff guy. I feel pretty good about that decision. And not yet. I really want Dykstra to lead off or hit second. I don't want him to hit third. So I'm going to bat him second for now. No, screw it. He's batting leadoff. He's just going to make the team that much better if he does. Glenn Wilson's going to hit second, and he's going to play right. Chili Davis bats third. I guess Danny Goodwin can hit cleanup. I mean, someone's got to hit there. Bobby Gritch hits fifth. Kelly Gruber hits sixth. Dale Barra's gonna bat ninth. That is a for certain. Dave Collins is gonna play DH. And the real question is, do we do Miltway or Ricky Solheimer? They're basically the exact same player. I'm gonna go with Milt. And we're gonna make Mr. Solheimer here the backup catcher. I guess Jackie Gutierrez can back up at first. Alfredo Griffin is going to back up everywhere in the infield for right now. Here, do you know what? I'm just going to copy just this much for right now. We're going to have to get a lot from the waiver wire if we're going to be competitive. Like, I desperately need at least one more outfielder, ideally two. I need 1 to 2 more relievers, and I need to get rid of Jackie Gutierrez so I can get another good player. Here, you know what? Just go and set all depth charts. Here you go. Make your own depth chart. I don't really care. Short of Lenny Dykstra like hitting like 600 in his first season, I think we're screwed. We don't have nearly enough offensive talent. We don't have nearly enough talent. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. We're a good, like I said, 3 years from being a top tier team. Alright, Luka's not going to size up anything because I'm sick of his shit. I want that off by default, thank you. Yeah, great. Poor money international scouting, which doesn't exist yet. What the shit, game? Anyway. Alright. So I said I needed an outfielder. Rod Craig here looks like a great choice. I said I wanted at least one more decent hitter. I'm asking for too much. So then let's instead look for pitchers. And I'm gonna claim you. And I'm gonna claim you. So that gets us 2 relievers, and it gets us a new outfielder. I think it's as good as we're going to get for right now. And then we'll see what happens going forward. Excellent. Active roster. Active roster. Active roster. Go ahead and regenerate your depth charts. And the two of you, you're going to be a middle reliever, and you're going to do long relief emergency starting. All right, that is your official Kansas City Royals roster. I want to really quickly check our money. Is there anybody here whose contract is about to be up that we would like to bring back? So, Jack Morris is a maybe, depending how much money he wants. He wants basically what he's making already. I think I'm okay with that. I think he's at least good enough to be the durable innings eater he was in real life. He's not amazing, but he doesn't have to be. I think I'm going to go ahead and offer him a contract extension. Nope. We'll see about Raleigh come the end of the season. What about Dale Barra? He's a really freaking good defensive shortstop. Those aren't easy to find. Can I get him for like a couple of years, perhaps? Yes, this is worth it. This is worth $700,000 to have a really good defensive shortstop that I don't have to worry about. Everyone else here can like leave the roster, and I won't lose any sleep over it. Cool. Cool. And we shall now proceed. To the next month. Excellent news. Dale Barra and Jack Morris both signed for new deals. And what I like about both of them is that they're both under 30, and neither contract is so gigantic that I can't move it. Which I think is really important. Y'all can go to the minors. Oh, that sucks. That sucks a lot. Are there any decent hitting types that I could grab? Bill North is actually like a... No, he actually only draws walks. He has no other skills. Batting ratings. Lyman Bostock, you're in. Oh, wait a minute. Mike Hargrove. You gotta go for the human rain delay if you can, right? You just gotta. He's Mike Hargrove. And then I'm gonna shove you right onto the main roster. And I'm just gonna drop you right into the DH spot. Just like that. And then if you would kindly do this, please generate me a brand new depth chart for each of these lineups. I don't care. Just don't pitch then. You know what? If I could somehow, some way, finish like with another top 5 pick, this could be the sign of a great transformation for the Royals. That's fine. Who doesn't have a herniated disc these days, am I right? Okay, I could get Dave Collins back. How is the Human Rain Delay playing? He's actually playing quite well. Mr. Collins, I would like you very much to rehab in the minors for now. I'm noticing a theme here of being shut out, like, a lot. Okay, the Houston Attack is a fucking amazing name. I love it. That's brilliant. I'm not convinced Danny Cox is anything special, but I think we could probably salvage more of him as a reliever. Regardless, I'm going to let you go ahead and pitch in the minors. And let's see what that gets us. Hey, Moose, if you're grumpy that I'm not going to make you in the rotation when you suck at it, then by all means, I will happily trade you. Just not yet. Because here's the thing, right? I'm not going to make the playoffs no matter what happens. So there's really no sense in keeping anybody that I'm going to trade. That I'm not going to re-sign. I'm not even going to look at the team. I don't even care. I don't care if there's any, like, lineup shenanigans I could pull to... Okay, Dave. We're going to trade you. It's not going to be easy. But I think that somebody will pay buku bucks for you to play for them. I'm going to try it, though. So we're going to start by shopping the player around, and we're going to look for all positions. Because what matters most to me is getting rid of his contract. I don't really mind that much if we don't get an elite player in return. This is all about saving money so that next season we can really invest and come up with a great roster. That is my fondest wish. I don't hate Ed Figueroa. I think he would be a fun addition to this team. So I got a lot of money right now, and I'm going to have even more here shortly. And now with adding Figueroa, I can trade Haas. So let's try to get something good for Haas. I'm going to be a lot choosier about who I get for Haas. Can I get a regular? Okay. You know what, John Stupor, you're in. Haas doesn't want to play for me anymore. That's fine. I'm not going to force him. And then Ed Figueroa can be middle relief, long relief. Yeah, Danny, you're only here for 1 year, so I don't think you have any right to complain about how much you are or are not pitching. No, don't start playing Battle Royals. Please. Please, game. Yeah, Danny wants to be a closer. You know what, Danny? If I can get a good prospect for you, then I will trade you. Jeff Russell, welcome to the Kansas City Royals. And then Mr. Danny Cox, I'm going to activate you. And I'm going to make you the new emergency starter, long reliever. We have a terrible pitching staff. Like, thank goodness for Oral Hershiser, but holy shit for the rest of it. Are we just, like, bottom tier defensively? I mean, we're not very good defensively. That may be something I have to fix in the offseason, too. We're going to trade Bobby Gritch at the trading deadline. I just don't see a point in bringing him back. Okay, a lot of coaches with their time running out. Let's make some choices here. Front office. Okay. Archie Wilson, you are an acceptable coach. I have no complaints about bringing you back, at least for one season or two, as our bench coach. Joe Shipley, actually literally terrible. You can get fucked. I also want to get a better team trainer. But other than that, minor league coaches, Bob Grimm is actually pretty solid. He might actually become our new major league pitching coach. Nate Little is bad. You can let him go for very little. I will bring back Leo Keeley. I think he's a perfectly cromulent A manager. Yeah, I'm not going to get silly about my A-ball coaches. I think this is fine. I can probably do better than Mill Bowling. I think I'll let him walk. I never got a hitting coach? That seems weird to me, but okay. What happens if you just don't have a hitting coach? If they just, like, I don't know, watch instructional videos or something? And what about Bill Reeder? Bill Reeder is an amazing pitching coach. Let's lock this guy up to a nice extension. He might actually become my major league pitching coach next year. I haven't decided yet. Okay. I hope we can get a decent sized package for Bobby Gritch. I'm really hoping that I can, that some contender is going to want to be like, ooh, good shit. No big changes here. The Denver Speed Devils, I've got to admit, is also a pretty terrific name. Alright, Mr. Bob here, I'd like to extend you right now. Like, without hesitation. Here's my issue. Charlie Moore is not good. Otherwise, I'd be all for this, but no. I am not interested. I skipped right past the All-Star roster. I'm sorry. Do we even have any Kansas City Royals on it? Chili Davis is it. And I am completely fine with that. I'm a little surprised Oral Hershiser didn't maybe get some consideration, but the rest of it makes total sense to me. Look how good Milwaukee's doing, though. Damn. Oh, look how Tim Lautner worked out for him. Almost like that general manager used to have, knew what he was doing. Fancy that. Yeah, we definitely need 2 to 3 more really good young players, in my opinion. Angel Salazar is a perfectly cromulent middle infielder. You're not getting much in return, and I'm not going to keep Bill Bonham anyway. So why the hell not? Let's do it. And then I'm going to call... Wait, where'd he go? Oh, Bob Kipper literally just ends up sucking. That's fine. He can still do it. He can be a reliever. I believe in him. I don't actually believe in him, but here we are. I'm not giving up Jimmy Key. Young pitching is not easy to come by. Interesting. I mean, he's had a pretty great year for us, and I'm not exactly overcome with, like, incredible hitting. I'm paying you $1 million, though. That's ridiculous. I am not trading Jimmy Key. Wow, the whole country of Portugal. Yeah, Bobby, I would not mind bringing you back, but you still want like $2 million a year, and I'm not going to pay that. I just can't, so I will trade you at the trading deadline instead. Like, I guess I'm not going to keep Grover anyway. This isn't a terrible return. Like, Gerald Perry's at least pretty young, and he seems like he might be an okay hitter if given a proper opportunity. And Steve Keeley is just going to basically fill out the... back into the bullpen. I guess I'll make this trade. I think this seems reasonable. That's also one less thing I have to shop for, and I'd rather spend my time getting someone like Bobby Gritch traded. Oh, you can do whatever, and then Mr. Perry, you get to be the DH, because someone's got to do it. Or I haven't looked at my team at all this season. I think it's just because, you know, it doesn't really matter. It just doesn't. This is gonna be a lost season the moment I started it. I'll just say I'm going to lose 100 games. If I can avoid losing 100 games, I'll feel pretty good about that. Alright. So, Bobby Gritch is by far the most valuable trade chit I have. And he's having a really good year. And I don't mind calling up, say, Andre Robertson and letting Alfredo Griffin pitch or play second the rest of the season. So I'm going to trade you, and I'm going to try to get the best prospect package that I can. And I'm not getting any decent package, okay? Then we'll do single player. Like, I can't get one interesting player. I have to basically... What if I ask for a regular? Or hell, even a veteran? Like, if I can get a good player out of this that'll be helpful on my team next year, I will trade the shit out of them. Pete Makinen, nope. I mean, Matt Young is at least, like, an elite reliever. There's something to be said for that. I'm not bringing in Jeff Burrows. You're not getting me there. I don't want Rick Burleson. Daryl Motley might be a good choice. I'm gonna pause on that, but I think Daryl Motley so far is looking like the real front runner here. Yeah, Alan Wiggins doesn't really do much for me. We only have Gabe Hamilton for 2 years. He's also not really a starter. He'd mostly be a reliever. I don't think I'm gonna do that though. I don't think I'm gonna trade for him. Nope. Mm-mm. I love me some Chris Spire. I think he's an excellent player. He's also a shit ton of money, so no thank you. If I'm not getting an elite player, I don't want to spend elite money. Fred Lynn is arguably an elite player, but he's also way too expensive. Ron Hassey is like fine. No, I think I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab that one gentleman that plays the outfield. Alan Wiggins is like minorly tempting because he plays lots of different positions, but other than that, he's just not as good as Daryl Motley. Can I get anything else of interest? How about Jack Clark? Okay. I think we'd benefit from this trade. Great work, assistant GM. That's top quality decision making there. Wow, Bump Wills. He's like, fuck you. Which, to be honest, fair. I mean, we're not the greatest of teams, but can I get Dickie Thong? Aww. My hopes were expertly dashed there, Dixie Howell. Well done. That's a perfect deal. Perfectly awful. Surely Harold Reynolds, though, could be in my price range. Really? You love Harold Reynolds that much? I don't think anybody loves Harold Reynolds that much. Maybe his wife and his parents, but other than that. You're not going to give me Paul O'Neill, which is fine. I don't really want him. Yeah, this is just getting the best we can, and we are getting a pretty good deal out of it, so I'm going to go ahead and make the trade. And then Motley goes directly to the majors, and Motley actually becomes the new DH. And Robertson. You know what? Bench coach, do what you want. Do what you want. Who else's contract is coming up at the end of the season? Raleigh Fingers. I definitely want to trade you. Surely somebody will give me something interesting for Raleigh Fingers. They sure won't. I'll give me some Charlie Lee. Why not? I'm sorry, fans. This is not about making you happy. This is about giving us the best team for the future. Like, Charlie Lee is legitimately a pretty good pitcher, and he would be a starter if he had a third pitch. So, yeah. Use him more often. Wear out his arm. Ed Correa, you can be the new closer, I guess. You know what? Do what you want. Rick Aguilera wants to be the closer, then Rick Aguilera can be the closer. That is completely fine. Oh shit, I wanted to check one last contract. Oh well. Oh well. Who else is up at the end of this season, contract-wise? I would not be opposed to bringing back Milt May if he were any good at all, which he isn't. Steve Keeley he literally has just been in the bullpen and hasn't even thrown a single inning for us yet, so I don't know if I want to keep him or not. I definitely want to keep Charlie Lee, though. Oh, he is grumpy about being traded, I guess. That's fine, I suppose. I wouldn't mind locking up Frank Viola now, if he would take, like, a multi-year deal. Okay, my dude, 5 years. I'm gonna give you 100,000 more each season. And every time you throw at least 150 innings, I'm gonna throw in another 250,000. And if you ever win the Mikey Smith Award, I'm gonna give you another 250,000. I will happily pay you 570 grand if you will just take the deal and give me some cost certainty. You know what? Done. Anybody else that like to lock up? Not really. Oh, Oral Hershiser. He's going to want to get paid, and I would like to pay him a lot. No opt-out. Other than that, though, I'm perfectly fine with taking a superstar pitcher of your caliber and giving him a giant deal. I think that's a good spend. I think that's a good spending of our extension money on Oral Hershiser. We got Frankie V, and we got Oral H. Nice. Oh, that's alright, Lenny. Just take it easy. You too, Frank. Well, we're gonna get a top 5 pick. I feel pretty confidently. Especially with people getting hurt all the time all of a sudden now. I think we're ending up like with the 4th or 5th pick. Maybe. Aw, Bob Reese is retiring. I never even called him up to the main roster. Damn, Mike Schmidt. Good on you. And then he hits 4 homers the next day. That's pretty wild. Alright. So we have concluded our season, 74 and 88. And before you're like, God, Abby, that was terrible. Let's see how they actually did last season, because I think it was much worse than that. Yeah, we improved the team by nearly 20 games, by nearly 20 wins. I'm happy with that. And we still managed to get a very nice draft pick. We're going to be picking... Wait, how am I still picking first? Oh, because the new season hasn't rolled over yet. I don't think. Has it? Am I the worst team in the majors? No, I'm not. I'm not even close. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might not even get a top 10 pick. I'm going to get a top 10 pick. But yeah. Hey, the Brewers went back to the playoffs. Let's see if they can capture another World Series title, since that's essentially my team, right? They've made very few changes to it, I'm sure. Aw, but my other old team won it. I really couldn't have lost there. That tea is really quite good. I am pleasantly surprised. Alright, first things first, I got a new contract. And I got another 1-year deal. That's fine. I don't mind a prove-it deal every now and again. Before we break down how the team did, let's go ahead and make our coaching decisions. So, first things first. Fred Richards is a good manager, but I don't think he's a great pitching coach or hitting coach. I will promote him, though. I think that's reasonable. To AAA. Joe Askew, you are merely acceptable, and that means I can probably do better. And Bob Wellman, I'm going to bump you up to... Hell, aren't you, like, really, really good? Yeah, you're actually quite good. You're my new AAA hitting coach. Welcome aboard. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just sign a new pitching coach, but I will promote you up to AA. There we go. So let's get the best pitching coach money can buy. Dave Hoskins, I love you. But Jerry Fosnell's actually better. Be my pitching coach. Please. Gotta get me a team trainer, right? I want to see lots of blue and green, almost no red. I like it. Roberto Cedillo, I would like you to become my team trainer, please. And then I need a single A hitting coach. Yes, please. Sure, I'll offer Dave Hoskins a contract to be my rookie league pitching coach. And give me Vic Correll, just because he's so young. I think he'll probably take less money. Okay, coaching deals offered. Arbitration, who boy? Who boy? I'm going to leave this for next episode, in all reality. I'll lock you up for 200 some grand a year. That seems pretty reasonable to me. You definitely want to wait and make some decisions here before I decide what to do with people. However... No, let me at least lock up Chili Davis. My stars, this man is getting a lot of money. How about I give you the arbitration estimate? That's fine. You know, I will do this really fast. This would be a good ending to the episode. Danny Cox gave me 90 in different innings. I don't think that's worth 150 grand. So, non-tendered. Luis De Leon was okay. You gone. Ed Figueroa was actually not that helpful. You gone. Literally terrible. Ricky Selheimer is a good defender, so I think he's at least worth keeping for like 1 year. I'll pay him 180. I'm not gonna nickel and dime a player like that. I think we need to keep Alfredo Griffin at least for 1 more year, so I will go ahead and sign him to a 1-year extension. Andre Robertson has definitely earned a new contract. Daryl Motley's actually got a chance to be on the next really, really good team, so we're gonna give him a bit of the old raisy. Same with Gerald Perry. He can have a raise. Gerald Perry's very grumpy, which is fine. Rod Craig has the potential to still be useful, so I'm going to go ahead and offer him a 1-year deal. We can always trade him if it turns out he's not that good. Sheldon Mallory is literally worthless. Non-tendered. Just no hesitation. And Glenn Wilson was acceptable. He can have a 1-year deal too. I will give you the money, but I will not guarantee you a role. And Miltmate doesn't even want to be considered to come back. That's fun. Can I get Stan Wall to take a minor league extension? That'd be pretty dope. No, you want a major league deal. I ain't giving you a major league deal. That's not happening. You're not good enough. Kip Young. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So how did this season actually go? Who did well? Who did less well? What can we do to be even better in the future? Well, first things first, we're picking 7th. This is a pretty deep draft, though, so I feel pretty damn good at getting somebody excellent with the 7th pick. Barry Larkin would be a mighty nice choice. I mean, I would pee my pants if we got Barry Bonds, but that ain't happening. This is a really great draft. Like, there's tons of top quality players here. Like, I could get Greg freaking Maddux. There are a ton of excellent choices here. And I'm pretty happy about that, actually. Look, this Bo Jackson is, like, that far down. Okay, that's very good news. Robbie Thompson would be a bit of a disappointment. Like, I know I need a second baseman. I get it. But I don't think he's good enough. I'd honestly probably grab, like, a Rafael Palmeiro or a Fred McGriff or even a Kevin Brown or a Greg Maddux. Or even Benito Santiago. Because we could definitely use an upgraded catcher as well. Benito Santiago wasn't that bad a catcher. I mean, he wasn't amazing, but he wasn't that bad. But there's a ton of really great choices here, and I'm going to be excited to see who's actually left when I get to draft. But I am here for it. All right. So, how did we do offensively? Okay. Lenny Dykstra is going to win Rookie of the Year. I feel pretty confident about that. Much was expected of you, Mr. Dykstra, and you delivered the shit out of it. You were literally incredible. Awesome. Chili Davis had an outstanding season of his own. Very nice. Then it gets real bad after that. So I've got 2 top flight hitters. Rest of the team, not so much. Danny Goodwin got on base. That's his job. So well done him. Glenn Wilson existed, as did Dale Barra, as did most of the rest of the team. Kelly Gruber, you've got to find this extra gear. I don't hate you, but there's definitely got to be more to your story here if you're going to be a top quality player. So, lots of work to do here. But Dale Barra is a very nice thing because we have a really good defensive shortstop, and I don't have to worry about that position for a while. What about the pitching, though? What about the pitching? Oral Hershiser and Jack Morris are both very, very good. Frank Viola was pretty good. And we rebuilt the bullpen, and it was much better. Could obviously still be even better. Jimmy Key was a bit of a disappointment. Kurt Young was okay, though. Yeah, Jimmy, my man, you've got to watch them homers, right? You got to watch them. Don't give up so many, please. I beg you. We could do with another great starter. So really the world is our oyster in this next draft. I think we're going to get an excellent player no matter who falls to us. Barry Bonds would be my number one. I would happily tell Glenn Wilson to fuck off if I could get Barry Bonds. I'm not gonna, though. There's no way in hell that Barry Bonds falls that far. So, a couple options really appeal to me among those available here. Barry Larkin is one of them. Because what Barry Larkin is just a really damn good all-around shortstop. He's just really freaking good. And because I have Dale Barra, I don't have to rush him to the majors. So Barry Larkin is definitely on my short list for top quality player. I could see a Terry Steinbach or a Mike Stanley. Not a Mike Stanley, but definitely a Terry Steinbach or Benito Santiago. If I wanted to go for a position in need that I can fill quite quickly. Rafael Palmeiro would be a wonderful hitter to have in the middle of my lineup. More so than Mark McGwire. Like, I love Mark McGwire as a baseball player. Mark McGwire's contact should not be that high. That makes me instantly suspicious, because he wasn't known as a contact hitter in his career. The man at 263. Plenty of home runs, but he was not a contact hitter. You can't go wrong with Will the Thrill. I think he'd be an amazing addition. Or if I wanted to go pitcher, I can basically take my pick. Kevin Brown or Greg Maddux would be a very fine addition to our pitching staff. And if not, there's a lot of really good down-draft starters here. And your David Cones, your Chris Bosios, your Bobby Witts, your Chuck Finleys. There's a ton of really great players in this draft, and I am absolutely delighted that I have a high pick. I'm probably thinking Larkin, Clark, Steinbach, Maddux would be in my top 4. Palmeiro would be number 5. But yeah, can you just imagine adding Will Clark to this lineup? It'd be pretty dope. Pretty dope. Robbie Thompson is just not quite good enough for my tastes. That's why I'd be hesitant to take him. And plus we'll have a lot of money to explore the free agent market with. So we're going to be a much better team next year, I think. Or they're going to see some pretty good stuff here. But until next time, my friends, this has been UpGuardian. Thank you for watching. And I bid you good day.